Sometimes I want to do the what's that dance we used to do in the 90s? It's like uh, uh.
I have no idea
You know
what you're
that
talking
dance?
about.
That's the dance I want to do to our theme song. Anyways,
Actually, that we can make a reel to that probably.
we should make a reel to the theme song.
I don't know how we'll get the music on there, but I'm pretty sure we can
Oh,
find a way.
I have now created 4 total reels, 1 with you and 3 on my personal page. So I obviously feel like a master for no reason. And I think we can do it. I have the music on my phone.
So can you just upload it to Instagram or I don't know how it works.
I don't really know how it works either. Honestly, it can be done. I just need to ask a few people for some tips, but we should do that. Add that to the list of content, reel to the theme song.
Gotcha. Listeners, you heard it here first.
Okay. We are back here at Done with Adulting podcast. Welcome back. We had a week off. Although we weren't actually off because we were still working, weren't we?
we gave y'all off for Indigenous Peoples Day.
Indigenous Peoples Day because
The only Christopher
that's
we
the day.
acknowledge is Wallace.
The only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace. I know you saw that on Twitter or something.
That's been out for years now. What are you talking about? That's in a song.
Anywho's, Indigenous Peoples Day, and to be honest, like we were getting this merch together. I mean, honestly, at this point, when y'all listen to this, everybody who pre-ordered should have their merch. And it's so cool seeing everybody's pictures and tagging us. Like, y'all look dope in the merch.
I wasn't expecting the merch to be so soft, and it was very, very nice. The quality was amazing. People have been reaching out and loving the quality.
We didn't get together when I got the
sample.
Yeah, so I was actually the only person that put the samples on. I forgot about that. So that was really your first time putting it on.
Yeah, and it was super. I was like, "Oh my god, this is nice." And then people started hitting us up, and I'm like, "Oh, they're vibing with this. They like it."
Yeah, so many people have text or DM being like, "Where can I get this? Where can I get this?" And I'm like, "Yo, first of all, you missed the pre-order."
I literally just got a message literally 4 minutes ago. Any extras? Question mark.
Yeah, me too. So now we have to obviously bring out another round of merch for you guys because I feel like the Done with Racism one was the most popular, and that's a lot, like one of the ones a lot of people are asking for, like a restock of. And so I was thinking that, you know, our original plan was to donate 50% of those proceeds to Breonna Taylor's family, which is still the plan. But since there's so much interest in that sweatshirt, I think we should bring it back and get more purchases, increase the donation, and then make like a big ass donation, if that makes sense.
I'm down for sure. I also had so many people hit me up like, "Oh my god, you guys should do tank tops. You guys should do joggers. You guys
Did they say tank tops? Because I think you wanted tank tops.
No,
I'm
dead serious. I'm dead serious. Somebody hit me up about tank tops, and I told them the story that we tried to at first, but the first one we got was trash. So we were like, "Nah, we're gonna hold off. We're gonna hold off because winter and fall's right now, so we'll hold off for the moment." But I even had somebody say a baby onesie. So
stop. That's kind of funny because a lot of our friends do have babies.
Yeah. And it's kind of like a play on words, kind of, or it's like a play on
a baby.
Yeah, because it's a baby and it says done with adulting. I mean, I like it. I like the idea.
That is hysterical. But you know what's so cool about our brand that I'm obviously just gassing us right now, but I think what's so cool about our brand is like the same thing we did with Done with Racism. Like we could do that for literally anything. Cause that we feel passionate about. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It could be Done with Cancer. Well, that actually doesn't sound as good, but
the election's coming up and a lot of
Done
people
with Trump.
No, not even that. A lot of people hate both sides. You can just say done with politics.
Yeah. Done with democracy.
Done with Trump though. That might fly off the shelves though. I'm not even gonna lie with you.
So my mom actually suggested that, and then she was like, then you're gonna have like all these Trump supporters, psychopath bots in your DMs, like literally like remember, Mary Charlotte, who does Mary Charcuterie, she did a cheese board that said fuck Trump and posted it as like a joke. And she said that she got so many psycho DMs of like
Are you
people that
serious?
found it. Yeah, like Trump supporters that were like, what, like just like harassing her. She was like, I can't stop it. There's too many.
Yeah, people are crazy out there.
Also, I don't want to put his name on none of my shit, so no.
I mean, yeah, we get done with politics. Just make it
No
broad.
free promotion.
just make it broad.
Anyways, so yeah, merch came out, merch is here. Can't wait to do another drop of merch. Stay tuned for that. I feel like we're gonna shoot for like what, November? That's what I would like to shoot for. We just need to iron out some details.
Yeah, I mean, November's only a couple more weeks away, so it seems like we have some momentum right now, so we should just keep it going. People are rocking with it, and it's dope. It's dope to see. Well, what was your favorite piece? Is it the Done with Racism?
So the Done with Racism sweatshirt is like my favorite in terms of comfort. Like I feel like that shit is so comfortable. Like it's super loose and like whatever. Also, I just prefer crew necks in general. I know you prefer hoodies. You literally have a hood on right now.
Yeah, you can get incognito with a hood on. Just throw it up. You know what I mean?
I do like a good hood sometimes, but for the most part, I'm down for crew neck. But so I like that one the best for sure. Although I do like the color of the cream.
That's what I was going to say. That's why I asked you the
Yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah. Like if I could combine those two, like if I could get a cream crew neck done with adulting, shit, like that's
It's
my shit.
ours. We can do whatever we want with it.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, because when we first did so we thought of originally it was white, and I thought it was going to be like bright white. I was like, I don't want a bright white hoodie. But then when I saw it in person, I saw it was kind of like the cream color. I was like, oh my God, this is really dope right here.
Mhm.
That's my favorite
Yeah.
one, I think.
Yeah, my mom was surprised when she saw it too. She was like, "Oh, I didn't think the white was gonna look like that. I thought it was gonna be like white," and I was like, "Nah."
I'm
So,
excited.
anyways,
Yeah, I'm excited to rock the hats too. I'm not really a hat person, but I think I might
I love the hats.
turn into
Love the
one
hats.
when I throw one on.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I'm really proud of us and the fact that we even did that, and the fact that we did it in a short amount of time. And it honestly, I don't know. I feel like we just kind of surprised ourselves. Like we've been talking about merch, then we knew it was happening. We did the pre-order. We were happy with the sales, but now that the merch is in the people's hands, it's like, yo, like we did that. We need to like
Yeah.
acknowledge and celebrate that. I feel like.
And I think it's even crazier when you actually see people just like rocking it. Like you see the pictures of them in it. And I'm like, okay, like this is
Yeah, we
yeah,
lit.
yeah. I was like, okay, I'm with it. Yeah, I'm with it.
um. Well, so that kind of brings us to what we want to talk about today, which is side hustling, goal setting, manifestation. I don't know what you want to call it, but this idea that you or we have dreams beyond our day-to-day life right now and the steps that it takes to get there.
Motivation.
Yeah, motivation too. You know what? I was actually on a training recently where they talked about the difference between motivation and dedication, right? Because motivation you don't always have. Like I'm not always motivated to record this podcast, right? Like some days we're just like, Lord have mercy, give us strength.
Yeah, and I feel like motivation can go up and down. Like you said, sometimes you can be motivated, sometimes you might not be, but dedication should always be there.
Yeah, dedication is like what you do every single day, even if it's like the smallest thing to get farther in your journey or closer to your goal.
Because you could
And
do something and be dedicated to it and not necessarily be motivated.
oh
But you're
yeah, all the
dedicated.
time.
Yeah, you're dedicated for a certain reason.
Yes. So like if you're dedicated to it, it's your dedication that's going to make you show up every single day. And I feel like especially with we can just stick to the pod since we're talking about the pod and like our journey with it. I feel like people think that success, like it's like those memes you see where it's like it's the tip of the iceberg is the success and that's what everybody sees, but they don't see everything that goes underneath it because all we see are people on social media like, you know, being successful or like whatever. And
You don't see
nobody
what goes
actually,
behind the scenes of it.
yeah, you don't see what goes behind the scenes of it. I mean, like, if we want to have full transparency here, the merch process, like, was slightly a shit show. And
It took a while.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, we definitely didn't know what we were getting ourselves into when we decided and woke up one day and said, we're going to do merch. Like, that was a mistake on our part in terms of giving ourselves more time to figure that process out more in depth, right? And
Yeah.
but
It's a learning experience, just like with anything else.
exactly,
Like this whole process,
exactly.
this whole podcasting process has been a learning experience because if you look at it from the outside, you're like, oh, you just hop on a computer, talk to a mic, yeah. But it's
Yeah.
so much more than that. So much more time and energy put into it, more than that. If you're trying to actually grow it and, like you said, be successful with it.
And I feel like there's so much more to go. It's like, why do people think that if you start something or if you take a risk on something or if you start a business or if you start a podcast, like I feel like the main reason why people aren't successful is because they give up before the time that it takes to see results. Like we didn't really, I mean, we've been doing the podcast for a year and I feel like we are just now barely like scratching the surface of our momentum.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're, like you said, barely.
Barely. And
Barely.
that took a whole year. So I feel like a lot of people, they start things or they take risks or they invest in something or they like fucking whatever, join a network marketing company, whatever we've been talking about. And they do it for 2 months or 3 months. And then they're like, well, this isn't working. Like when did anything ever work in 3 months?
Well, I think society plays a role in that because you see things in society where I guess people are like overnight celebrities or they do something and just they do one thing and all of a sudden they're a celebrity, they're rich, they're a millionaire, blah blah blah. They're
Yeah, like
successful.
viral, going viral or something.
Yeah, or they're successful in whatever type of way they deem what success is. But there's so much more than that. It's more than a sprint. It's a marathon, and people think a lot of things are sprints and they just want to run the sprint, but
Yeah.
it's actually a marathon.
So do you believe in manifestation?
In some parts.
What do you mean by that?
So I think that if you're always negative and like I'm more of an energy person, so when you say manifestation, that's what I'm relating it to energy. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're always a negative person and always have that negative energy, I think negative things are going to happen to you. But if you're a positive person, if you're looking on the bright side, if you're working towards a goal, I think that's going to be better for you than or I think that's a person who's more positive is going to have
Mm-hmm.
a better route than the person that's negative.
Yeah.
So I think you can speak things into existence. I think if you keep speaking it, you keep seeing it, it just drives you and motivates you more. But I also do see the other side of that where people can always try to speak something into existence and be motivated and still not reach their goal.
Yeah. I mean,
It's possible both ways.
I'm a strong believer in manifestation, and there's this documentary on Netflix called The Secret.
Oh, that's
It's like,
yeah.
yeah,
They have books and everything. That's old. Secret's
yeah.
old, no? Yeah.
Yes, it is old, but some people. I mean, before I watched it for the first time last year, I actually hadn't heard of it, and a lot of people haven't heard of it. But in The Secret, they're literally. It's not just about like saying out loud what you want to happen. It's like literally visualizing and I mean, gratitude is a part of it too. Just being like grateful for where you are and grateful for what you have right now, but also like visualizing, like literally, it'd be like if we were recording this podcast right now and we're both sitting at our respective desks in our home. But like in my mind, if I close my eyes, I'm like pretending we're on some big ass stage at a live pod. Like that's manifestation. That's like to me, it's like if I think about that enough, then one day like the universe is gonna bring that to me because it has to do with like the vibrations or something.
Yeah, and I think that book and also that movie, that's where a lot of people started getting the vision boards from.
Yeah.
So 'cause I think in within that book or the movie, they tell you to like post whatever you want into a mirror
Hmm.
that you look at every single day, and you just look at that every single day. Whatever time you look at yourself in the mirror or whatever, you also see that. So you're going to start just doing things subconsciously that help you get there. I think that's the point of it.
Yeah. That's we should first of all, we should make a pod vision board. That would be lit. And I do have that on my phone. Like right now, my phone background is a goal that I'm trying to reach, and I look at it every single day.
Yeah.
And it's not even a goal I'm trying to reach. Like it's like a 3 month goal that I'm trying to reach before the end of the year.
And like
But I swear,
and you
yeah,
look at your phone so much. So like I said,
uh huh,
you're going to be doing things subconsciously that's going to help you get to that goal.
yeah,
You're going to think of something random and it's going to be like, "Oh, I can be doing this to help me." It's just going to it's a mind game.
yeah. It is. It's totally a mind game, and but it's also outside of it being a mind game. There's also like some tactical strategy to it, to the point where it's like I think about, like, I always talk about this book that I read, Atomic Habits. I literally talk about it all the time on my Instagram too. But it's the idea that, like, you know what? Who also talked about it? You know where they also talked about it? They didn't call it Atomic Habits, but I don't know if it was in the MJ documentary. But they were talking about how Phil Jackson was basically trying to lead Kobe and them to the championship. Well, basically Kobe was doing it, but the point is,
The champ
his
the
philosophy.
2020 champions. You
No,
got to get
not
it right.
2020.
They are
Okay, well, yeah,
2020
yes, they did.
champions.
Yeah, they just won. I get it. But his point was like every single day we're gonna get 1% better. And I try to think about that too with my goals and like my day to day life, and same with the pod. Like we both work full time. We both do, family, whatever, side hustles, whatever the hell we have going on, pod stuff. And some days you just like don't want to do anything ever. Like you just want to get off work and veg the fuck out. But lately I've been trying to do what, even if it's one thing, like whether it's for my business, whether it's for the podcast, if I do one thing, it's better than not doing anything. And if I do at least one thing, preferably more things, but if I do at least one thing every single day, if I get 1% better every single day for a whole year, in theory, I should be 365% better than I was at the beginning of the year.
Facts. And that's one thing, like, even if you're tired or even if you're feeling down in one day, if you do one little thing that's going to better whatever you're trying to get to or one step closer to
Yes.
your goal, that's a win. That's a win.
Yeah.
One thing better. Even like I'm a related to you lifting weights. If you say one week I'm doing something that's 300 pounds, always looking for progression, always looking go up. So the following week, I'm hopefully trying to do 305.
Right, right,
I
right.
might try to jump to 310, 315. If I can't do that, but I could do 305, that's still a win. You still went up from the previous week. So progression, upward mobility, moving forward. That's what it's all
Yeah,
about.
and just getting 1% better every day. I feel like that applies to personal development too. Like
Every aspect of life.
yes, like just try to get a little bit better every day. But truly the key is like consistency. You can't do 1% better every day for a week, or like 1% better every day for a month and then stop. That's the hard part. The hard part is the consistency and the longevity. And that's what separates, I feel like that's what separates very successful people. I'm not talking about like the Kobe's and the MJs, because I feel like the Kobe's and the MJs are on a different
They're
level,
cut from
like
a different
above.
cloth.
Yeah, yeah. Like their shit is some craziness. Like there's only a few of those types of people living on this earth. Uh, but like the people right underneath them, right? Like the CEOs and the whatever, these very successful people, like
I mean, I would compare some of these CEOs and billionaires to them, just in a different field. Like some of these people are literally the MJs and the Kobe's of their field.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
the
that's
same type of people to me.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Like I think Jeff Bezos is like the Kobe of
Tech,
fucking the
tech,
internet.
yeah.
And
The MJ,
it's
the
like
GOAT, yeah.
and it's like people don't know like what and that's the, oh my gosh, that's the other thing. I was reading something about Jeff Bezos, and like, oh no, I was reading this other book, Think Like a Monk, and they talk about Jeff Bezos in the book and how like, people always think like in America, right? Because we're like workaholics, we think that like busy, busy, busy means like success, like being busy equals success, like being on 20 meetings a day and just like never having time, like that
No, that's
means
false.
like we're somebody. Yeah. In actuality, like the most successful people, they have very, very, very specific routines. Like
Because they know what's
a,
going to serve them.
yes, like a specific morning routine. They wake up at the same time every day. They do the same shit for the first hour a day. They like each of their hours in the day, their time is so valuable that it's
Something
planned out,
meaningful.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and they stick to it. And I feel like and it was saying in the book that Jeff Bezos does not, like, he refuses to get less than 8 hours of sleep. Like, this man isn't staying up till 2 in the morning working and waking up at 5 a.m. Like, this man is taking care of himself, getting his sleep, and when he's up doing his work, he's doing his fucking work. Unlike me, who's posting, setting up podcasts, like, it's like you almost have to like compartmentalize and plan out your life in your day, because the more success you get, the more busier you are going to get
Yeah.
in
The less
theory.
time you
And so
have.
like, yeah,
Like, for like, you think of some people, it's like, oh, they can't even waste an hour, but these billionaires and these people who are so high up, they can't waste seconds. Like,
yeah.
if they dropped $100, they can't turn around and pick that up. That's that's losing money to them. Them turning
That is
around
a
and pick
very
up,
specific example.
yeah, them turning around and pick that money up, that's losing money for them. They might as well keep going, keep moving forward, because they're just going to make whatever they just dropped. Like, it's crazy once you get to that level. And I mean, hopefully we can get to that level someday.
Yeah,
But
that's a goal.
you
That's a
gotta
goal.
you gotta be prepared for what comes with it. I think that's an issue with some people. Once they face some sort of hill or some sort of adversity, they want to stop and turn around. And I think that you got to be strong, and you got to fight your way through that.
That's so true. Like, one thing doesn't work out, or maybe you have a bad month, or you don't get everything done you wanted to get done this month, and you just are like, fuck it. Like, this basically, it's like you're going to have more failures anyways. And like the journey to the success is going to be drowned in thousands of failures, thousands of people telling you no, thousands of people like, what was I reading the other day? Some meme about Bill Gates. He started Microsoft. He was like, I pitched the idea to 1,200 people. Like 300 people said yes. Out of that 300 people, 50 of them were actually serious about it. And out of the 50, 11 of them were committed long term and became millionaires with him, like, as they grew. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's real. Like, that is so fucking real.
But yeah, everybody, like all those big guys, all the huge CEOs, the millionaires, billionaires, they've all failed in life. They've all faced some sort of adversity. And I think society, like at least now, or social media, or whatever you want to say, it's not allowing people to accept their failures. Like, people fail and then they're just embarrassed and they don't want to continue to do what they need to do. But it's okay to fail. It's okay to learn from your mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. And if you're not making mistakes, if you're not failing, you're not doing something right. So
Yeah.
I think
Also, like,
that's important
Instagram
to know.
is fake. Instagram is fake. Obviously, no one's posting their failures on Instagram. It's not what Instagram is for. It's fake. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to say. You reminded me of it. And like in regards to pushing past your failures, I feel like the same thing applies to fear. So those CEOs who became successful or whatever, anytime they were faced with a risk, or anytime they were faced with something that they were afraid of, 9 out of 10 times the thing you're afraid of is probably the thing that's going to make you better.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of relate that to like stepping out of your comfort zone. That's another important thing. Like, the people who are most successful, they've stepped out of their comfort zone. They put themselves out there, and they were able to be vulnerable, because
Yeah.
vulnerability, stepping out of your comfort zone, those are things that you're going to have to get past for you to be successful.
I
And I
think
mean,
authenticity too.
oh yeah, well, there's plenty of fake people out there who
Tons of fake people.
are rich and successful, and
That's true. Tons of fake people. But I feel like fake. I don't know.
I think once you get to a certain level, yes.
Hmm.
But I
Hmm.
mean, even like I think even still those CEOs, like behind closed doors, they're
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they're really wolves, but they want to act. They want to like
yeah.
portray themselves to be for the people, and oh, I'm all for my employees and for the customers, but behind closed doors, they're
It's
cutthroat.
just their own money.
They're vicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Authenticity is just one of my personal values. But like, even think about so Jared and I and Done with Adulting podcast recently enrolled in a podcast course that is hopefully going to help us be better podcasters, help us bring you better content, help us learn how to get to the next level with Done with Adulting. And I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty scared. Like I brought the idea to you, and Jared doesn't really ever say no to anything, so I kind of knew he wasn't gonna say no to it. But at the same time, I kind of was like,
I was like, what
ooh,
the
like if
f is she getting me into?
yeah, yeah. But in my head, I was like, if he does say no, like I feel like it's fine because I'm scared anyway, so that just gives me an excuse not to do it.
Oh, see, I wish I knew that beforehand. I still would have said
Yeah,
yes.
obviously I'm not gonna tell you that,
I
but
still would have said yes, but
and I think too, like even with this course, like it was an investment. People don't understand that you have to truly invest in yourself. Not, I mean, I'm talking about money, time. Like for this course, we invested money. We are investing our time. We're investing
we invested
our,
money for the merch.
yeah. And it's like, it's inevitable. You cannot, this is America. Like you cannot expect to, you can start something for close to nothing. You can start anything you want for nothing.
I don't
That's
think
the
it's gonna
good
go
thing
that
about it.
far though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about America is like you can start whatever the hell you want, but in order to get to a point where it's serving you or serving the people that you're trying to serve successfully on a large scale, you have to invest in
Yes.
yourself or in your business.
So she says that to say, hey, if you want to sponsor us, hit us up. We got Venmo. We got
That is not what I was trying to say.
we got PayPal. We got Cash App. You can sponsor a couple dollars. It'll come back to you in the future.
I am dead.
JK. But
I'm
no,
dead.
yeah,
I'm done.
for you to start anything, you have to invest in it. I mean, even like everybody has their own personal brand, and
Mhm.
you need to invest in that personal brand if you ever want to go anywhere or be successful. So
And here's the thing, right? Like, let's be honest. Some people don't want to be successful. Some people don't want to be entrepreneurs. Some people don't want to.
yeah, some people like being complacent.
Yes,
they
that's
get
their
to a
personality.
they get to a place and they're happy where they're at. And honestly, I mean, I don't fault them.
I don't fault them either. That's your business. That's your
Yeah,
choice. It's your life. As long as
sure.
you're happy with
Yeah.
your life and not like miserable and regretting the complacency. But I think for me personally, just speaking for myself here, I cannot, especially the older I get and the more I take risks and try new things and see like stuff that's out there and look more into podcasting and get deeper into network marketing, like I cannot see myself working for someone else any longer,
For the rest of your life.
especially not for the rest of my life. I am trying to make it to the end of this year, to be honest with you.
Not even your 30s. I like it. I like the goal.
Truly trying to do it before my 30s because now that I've had a taste of what's out there, now that I've had a taste of podcasting and it's my passion, and I've had a taste of time freedom and financial freedom, I can't
You're
see
hungry
myself. Yeah, I'm super hungry and I can't see myself going back to whether it's nonprofit or corporate America to get a 5% raise every year for the next 40 years when when I could be booking $50,000 months. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and you're trying to retire early, not when you're 64
yes.
plus.
Yes. And also who knows how long we're going to be on this earth before corona or the civil
Exactly.
war or any other of the 1,000 things that are at risk take us out. Climate change.
The race war?
Any of it. Yes. The race war, the pandemic war, the climate war, the democracy war.
That's why I always like when I'm always looking into like new ventures or anything, I'm like, why not do it? Like there's things that I want to open, that I want to own. Why not do it? I'm like, if I get into debt, we're gonna be in debt our whole life, basically. You might as well be in debt with your name on something. I don't know.
Do not claim that. I am not going to be in debt my whole life.
Majority of Americans are going to be in debt for the rest of their life. Why not be in debt with something that you own that's making you money?
Yeah. I just want to work for myself. And I said this to my family today because I'm really, honestly, I feel sick that this week is going so slow. I told my family today, I'm like, when I own my business, AKA when the podcast is a business, like, you know what I'm trying to say. When we get to where we're trying to get to, whoever works for us, I don't know if your listeners are listening to this and you're going to want to work for us one day, but we're going to have 3-day weekends every week. We're just going to work. We're going to work super hard Monday through Thursday, like 10-hour days, 4 days a week, 3 days off.
And everybody's going to be millionaires.
We're going to set up automated systems. We're going to be diverse AF. Like I everything that I see around me that drives me crazy, I'm like, it just makes me want to own a business more because I'm like, this is not how people should be treated or compensated.
Yeah, we're gonna make everybody millionaires. That's the goal.
But like, you have to work hard. That's the thing. That's the other thing I want to say. We're not bringing in no Joe Schmoes into this business.
Work ethic. It's got to be high. I feel like people are going to be listening to this episode like rolling their eyes, but we're trying to motivate y'all. There's things out there that I know, if you're listening to this, I know there's things out there that you're scared to do, that you want to do. We're just trying to motivate you to actually put your foot out there and do it.
Yeah. Also, if you're rolling your eyes, then so be it. Like, that's the other thing. And if you're somebody who's taking a risk and starting a business and people are rolling their eyes at you, I say this on my Instagram story. I'm like, your eye rolling and your opinion. I love constructive feedback. Don't get me wrong. I want you guys to tell us how we're doing, what type of content you want to hear, what episode you hated. I love that shit.
Yeah, we said that from day one.
Yes, love that. Love constructive feedback. And if you just have no constructive feedback and you're just a hater, haters don't pay my bills.
And don't be the type of hater that you smile in the person's face and then
you're hating
behind the back. You're hating behind the back. That's the worst. That's the worst type of hate. I'd rather you hate in my face.
Yes, please hate in my face. Those are the ghost haters. Those are like the sneaky haters that they try to get real deep into your circle with this, and then no, I can't do it.
Keep it real with me. That's all I ask of you.
Yeah. You already said that. Oh, that brings me to my next point.
Oh yeah, that was the title. Wasn't that one of the that was one of the pod titles?
Yeah, you've said that yes, you love saying that. That's one of your go-to sayings.
That's the slogan.
But that's the other thing that brings me to my point is not my only point, but the other point I wanted to make was what I've learned is that you do have to surround yourself with the type of people that are going for the same things as you. Like, if you're trying to be somebody or start a business or be successful, hang out with entrepreneurs. To be honest, we should probably be hanging out with more podcasters, which we are about to in this course that we're taking.
Yeah, I was like, we can do that virtually. I don't know about in person.
Well, yeah, because it's coronavirus. But my point is, like, you need to surround yourself with people who are having the same type of motivation and dedication as you. If you're trying to start a business, but you're hanging out with the same people from 15 years ago in the same town and doing the same shit every day, no shade, but like, that's not going to get you not going to get you to where you want to be.
Yeah, their energy isn't serving you in the right way. So you need to surround yourself with people that work harder than you, people that are better than you.
Yes.
people that work hard. Did I say work harder? People that work
Yeah,
harder. I said that
that's
first.
the one I
No,
was saying yes to. I was like, yes.
yeah, people that are
People that
smarter
work
than you,
harder
all
than
that.
you for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And obviously you're right. People are probably rolling their eyes at this because they're like, these two jamokes are just not even millionaires yet. But the key word is yet. And obviously, no, we're not experts. We're just sharing experiences that we've had that have been helpful and not helpful. And what's not helpful is being around people who are constantly not, like I said, not constructive criticism, but constantly bringing you down. Like, why are you guys doing this podcast? Why are you? I mean, people don't really say that to me about the podcast as much as they do other shit, but you get what I'm trying
but
to
it's
say.
not. Yeah, and that's just like a life. At least that's a life rule for me in general. Not even with like work or any goals you're trying to set. But like even like in your friendships, even in your relationships with other people. Like if you're in a relationship or if you are friends with people that are doing that, it's not serving you the right way.
Yeah, it's really not. And it's not going to keep you dedicated or motivated.
Yeah, it's all aspects of life. Not only work, the hustle. It's all aspects. No negative energy.
I feel like the other thing too is like sacrifice. At some point you're going to have to say no to shit because you have to stay inside and handle your business or stay inside and do whatever you have to do to get that 1% better, right? Like say no to that, which I feel like at our age, adulting, and obviously coronavirus, people
It's,
ain't really doing shit right now, so it's pretty easy to say
yeah,
no to stuff.
it's easier to do that. And I mean, once you're driven and dedicated towards a goal, like that's
You
just
don't
going to
want
be,
to do anything else.
yeah, that's going to be second nature. It's going to be
Like you're
second
not
nature.
going to want to do anything else. That's what I feel like when you have found your passion or like the thing that you want to do to be successful, you are not going to want to do anything else but get closer to your goal, which is kind of the space that I'm in right now.
Yeah, and
Personally,
like you said, the closer you get, the more hungrier you're going to get. So I felt motivated.
I feel motivated AF. Can we just be famous podcasters tomorrow? No, we can't because we have to put in the day-to-day work. But mark my words, I feel like by this time next year, we're going to be like, by this time next year, I would like to be full-time podcasting. What would our lives be like?
I don't know. I can't imagine it right now.
We would be hanging out a lot more, spending much more time together, which I know that you
Oh
have been
Jesus!
for.
Oh Jesus! More text, more 7 a.m. text messages.
Wait, what did I say to you the other day? What did I say to you the other day? I texted you. Oh
Yeah.
no. We were in the course. We were in class for the podcast. They were talking about how they're going to give us feedback and they were
Yeah. Oh no 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 no! I think it was they put up something that we needed to do to like
uh-huh.
talk about your podcast, and you were like, "Oh my god, it's lit! This is like making me so excited." You're like, "I'm about to be so annoying. Just block me now." I was like, "Say no more."
I texted you and I was like, "Oh, this is lit. I'm fired up. I'm about to do a full audit on this podcast. Block me
Oh yeah,
now."
it was audit. Yeah, it was audit season.
Yeah. I was like, "Block me now cuz these texts are about to come flying through the
Yeah,
inbox."
yeah, that was funny.
Hilarious.
But I mean,
Um
back to what you were
yeah.
saying though, like even when we first started this, I didn't know how long it would take us to get to where we're at right now. I didn't think we would.
Mhm.
I didn't think we would have this much success with the pod within the first year.
Mhm.
And I'm not even saying that like we're blowing off the charts or anything, but I'm just saying like there's like people who actually f with us and actually like it, and I thought that was going to take longer than a year, honestly.
Mhm.
Like even within the first 3 months, we both looked at each other. It was like, I'm surprised that people are rocking with us like this.
So surprised. I think honestly the point that we just wanted to make and talk about today was success doesn't happen overnight. You got to get better every single day at what you're trying to achieve. Dedication over motivation all day, every day, because motivation isn't going to always be there. And I feel like you can do anything you put your mind to. I know that's easier said than done for a lot of people, for me sometimes, but I have people on my team who I know I see so like I can see the potential in them. It's almost like I want to manifest for them. It's not possible, but I can picture them at a higher level in life sometimes before they're even doing that. And so I just encourage all you guys to like think outside the box, dream a little bit. Like think bigger. Whatever you're thinking that you want to do in the next year, multiply it times two because it's not impossible to do. It just takes hard work and dedication and showing up every day consistently.
Yeah, I think the mind is a powerful thing. It's one of the most powerful things. If you put your mind to it, I think us humans, we can achieve anything we want. So just got to put your mind to it, work towards it, stay dedicated.
Yeah.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. R.I.P. Nipsey.
R.I.P.
The marathon continues.
R.I.P. Man. You know, we lost too many people too soon.
Lost too many people in 2020. Speaking of those vision boards, though, I know a lot of people had those 2020 vision parties, and just wonder how their vision boards are looking for 2020.
I hope they're looking good. I mean, to be honest with you, I have 1,000% improved as a person in 2020 despite
just by being home and staying inside.
The fucking drama. Yeah.
And working on your craft. Not allowing that outside to bother you and interrupt your path.
Yeah, I'm pretty laser focused right now. I feel like tunnel vision. Kobe had tunnel vision. Nothing was more important to him than his craft.
Of course. You got to perfect it, or at least try to.
Man, R.I.P. to Kobe. All right, you guys, that's all we have for y'all today. You know, if you like this episode and this podcast, the best thing you can do is subscribe, give us a rating, give us a review, and tell somebody else, which y'all have been doing with the merch. So shout out to y'all. And the best way to hear about when the merch is going to drop again is to follow us on IG.
Yeah, follow us, Done With Adulting Pod on Instagram, on Twitter, Done WTH Adulting. Definitely wear your merch, flick a pic, make a video, tag us in it. We'll post it for sure. We appreciate everybody rocking with us. We definitely appreciate everybody who's got the merch. It's dope to see. It's dope to see.
Yes. Yeah.
I was in Somerville today, and I was walking down the street with the hoodie on, and I saw people's eyes. They were looking at me. And I was like, yo, this would be dope. I just walk down the street and I see somebody else wearing it. I was like,
imagine.
You're
walking down the street and they're like, hey, where'd you get that? And you're like, it's my pod.
Well, you said that happened to you already, no?
Yeah, at the nail salon. My nail girl, Emily. Oh, she said she was going to start listening to the podcast. Hopefully she hears this episode. But my nail girl, Emily, she was like, I like your sweatshirt, Done With Adulting. That's how I feel. I was like, thanks. She was like, where'd you get it? I was like, it's from my podcast. My podcast is Done With Adulting. It's our merch. She's like, you have a podcast? I'm like, yeah, you should listen to it. So Emily, if you're listening to this, shout out to you.
You might as well plug the salon.
The salon. Salon.
That could be the first sponsor.
Stop. The salon is Eye Color in Chelmsford, Massachusetts.
Chelmsford.
Yeah. It's far. See, now you got all my business out there, and that's my salon. Anyways, all right, Jay Reed. Well, I'll be seeing you soon in the near future.
See you when I see you.